Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel where we share safe real estate investment tips, talk about property law, and share credible real estate investment opportunities here in Nigeria. Basically, every video on this channel is an asset to real estate investors and property buyers. Finally, on this channel, every subscriber is family, a family of millionaire real estate investors. Welcome. Alright, hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Raymond Ijoma and I'm a real estate entrepreneur as well as a property lawyer here in Nigeria. Alright, so today we're going to be talking about red flags in real estate transactions. That's exactly why I'm wearing a red shirt. Alright, okay, so let's get into the conversation. Basically there are red flags that occur that you get to see every now and then in real estate transactions. But I need to say that not all red flags they can be red flags because of somebody's mistake or lack of understanding. So what the red flags should do for you is that there are some that you have to run away from immediately. Once you see them, just go run, and there are some that when you see them, you have to now step back and be thorough with your investigation. And there are some that the moment you see them, you would have to ask a lot of questions. All right, okay, so let's go right into the conversation. There are quite a number of red flags, and as you continue in the business, you will get to know more and more of the red flags and know where to run, where to avoid, or where to initiate thorough investigation. All right, so the first I'm going to talk about is if the land is too cheap. Of course, we have a lot of stories to back up every point, a lot of stories, but I do not have that time and I do not want to make this video long at all. All right, so the first is that the land is too cheap. If the land is too cheap, you would have to really look into to be sure that there won't be any issue, right? And how do you get to know that the land is cheap? There are a number of factors that you may want to look out for, consider to determine whether a land is too cheap or too expensive or just in between. All right, so if the land is too cheap, then that's a red flag. Number two, the recital is in total disarray. The recital is messed up. The recital is the part where that introduces the land to you or tells you people who are predecessors in title and all of that. But of course, some lawyers do not take that part seriously. So because of the lawyer's work or something, that may not be there. But there's some that you may have to ask questions, and they would reveal all of that to you. So it's important that the recital is in order, or that you understand where the land is coming from. Know where the land is coming from. Just like it's not. I mean, let's not go there. But basically, it's important that you know where land is coming from, right? And if there isn't, or there's no reasonable explanation or anything that is tangible as to that, then that is a red flag, right? And then also someone says, there's a will, and I am a beneficiary in the will, but you don't have any probate or execution or an assent or anything related to that, and that is a red flag. You will need to do the investigation because you may end up getting caught in between a family issue. All right, so the next is that you want to buy property, family property, or you've discovered that this property is a family property and someone wants to sell it as an individual, then that is a red flag. You really want to look into that, to pay attention and be sure that you're not getting defrauded. And how do you even get to know that it's a family property? There are a number of questions that are supposed to be asked, and in the course of asking those questions, you may be able to establish whether this property is family property or not. All right. And then the matter is in court, but we are winning the case. There's no guarantee to that. And I would always advise, if the property or the dispute has not gotten up to the Supreme Court and there's no final determination of that particular subject matter, then you may have to stay clear, right? And so, except when both parties have mutually come to finality as to, okay, we are done, but it's always wise to allow the whole thing get to the Supreme Court level before you make a move on it. All right, so let me do one more. they are too desperate. The people selling are too over desperate, unreasonably desperate, and without any explanation as to why they are desperate. You can find tangible reasons why they want to sell, but you just really have to be careful about their desperation. You have to be careful about their desperation. And then another one, the agent or the person, the agent. Most of the time, this happens with the agent. When the agent frown at you involving your lawyer, that is a red flag. When they frown at you involving your lawyer or want you to use their own lawyer, that is a red flag, and you have to be very careful of that. At other times, you could get red flags like, okay, you have to pay a certain fee before you see the land. You have to pay a certain fee, or make it, especially when they insist on you paying, making deposits of the land before you buy them. It is sad. It just doesn't make any sense, but people fall for it, and that's why we have to say it, right? So when they insist on you making deposit before you see the land, that's a problem. That's an issue, right? Before you make any deposits for a land, there should be at least a contract of sale in that regard. All right, and at that point, your lawyer should be the one doing such transactions for you, not just you. And documentary evidence should be on the ground to handle, to ensure that if anything goes wrong tomorrow, then you are safe, right? So I think I should end there. Of course, we're already always here to give you important information as we just shared. All right, so again, my name is Raymond Ijoman. I'm a real estate entrepreneur as well as a property lawyer here in Nigeria. And remember that this video is brought to you by Fortreal Rei Ltd. We're here to serve you and get the job done as far as it concerns real estate investment back here in Nigeria. And please do well to enjoy the rest of your day. Bye bye.